Wir sind wieder auf dem Weg zum Convention Center. Wir fahren gerade durch die Nachbarschaft vom Kies. Und es ist im Moment sehr angenehm mit dem Fahrtwind. Es ist schon relativ warm, aber noch nicht so warm. Es soll aber irgendwie, ich glaube, wieder 29 Grad haben oder so. Wobei mich das im Convention Center eh nicht betrifft. Ich weiß gar nicht, auf wie viel die Klimaanlage es runterkühlt. Aber wir haben alle gefroren gestern. Deswegen ist meine Stimme jetzt auch wieder schlechter. Aber ich habe vorgesorgt. Ich habe jetzt geguckt, dass ich mir auf jeden Fall Sachen anziehe, die ich... also die Ärmel kann ich runterkrempeln, dann habe ich lange Ärmel. Die Hose kann ich runterkrempeln, dann habe ich lange Hosen. Ich habe noch was zum Drüberziehen, ein Halstuch und so. Ich habe also vorgesorgt. Okay, da bin ich wieder. Jetzt muss ich nur gucken, dass ich die andere Jana finde. Wir wollen uns nämlich wieder zusammensetzen. Und wir haben gesagt, wir treffen uns einfach vorm Raum. Es könnte etwas schwierig werden, sie zu finden. Sie hat mir jetzt geschrieben, dass sie vorne links sitzt. Da stehen immer die Leute, die winken, damit andere sie sehen können. Das vorne von der Bühne aus. Noch habe ich Diana nicht gefunden. Aber das wird schon, ne? Okay.
Schon im Wackelkontakt zu haben, ne?
Ja, hat ein bisschen gelitten vielleicht. Das sind Inchis, glaube ich, oder? Oh ja, gefährlich, dass das hier nicht kaputt geht.
I hope everyone's having a great morning this morning, are you? Fantastic. I'm so excited to be with you. My journey started with Stampin' Up in 2001 in October, so I just started my 18th year with Stampin' Up. I'm so excited. I do have to make a minor adjustment to something that was said on stage yesterday. Google is not your friend. My boys Google me after every convention and they see me in scuba diving gear, as ridge tar, as coconuts with a grass skirt, and they're not thinking that's very cool. So be careful what's out there. Enough about me. Who has started their journey with us recently at Stampin' Up? Could you please stand up if you joined Stampin' Up recently? Stand up. This team includes demonstrators from all our markets, and they're selected for their creativity and artistic ability. How I didn't get on this, I do not know. Now it's my honor to recognize the 2018-2019 Artisan Design Stage. And so they're going to be coming up here on stage with me. In Europe, we have Michaela Chipperidge, Emma Gada, Manuela Kajstikla, Manuela.
Hi everybody. I'm so excited to be able to stamp and share creativity with you today. Now our products are amazing because they allow everyone to feel creative, especially those of us who don't feel we have that natural ability. Okay, so kits are a one-stop shop and a great option for getting started, especially our all-inclusive kits. When you put it together, it makes this. Isn't that cool? This card with the envelopes, and this card. Just a little happy birthday to you, and guess what? Adam's gonna die back here. He's my boss for the week. And so it's his birthday today. So can we give Adam a round of applause for his birthday? It's all inclusive. Like it doesn't even have a stamp set in it. You ever thinking that there are some beginner customers that have never stamped and they might be intimidated? And so this is a great kit for them. Let me show you what it makes. So you can make these and they just open.
That style.
Like this. Oh, and by the way, there's more. There we go. Isn't that pretty? Very elegant. And then they come, of course, with these awesome envelopes.
You don't want it.
And it's got an artistic flair to it. You can see that there are watercolor backgrounds to this. and then the laser cut overlays, which are beautiful. It also comes with a cool little box.
Ja, mag ich.
I know. We're gonna love it. And a snap. So that watercolor background is already there. Look at that one. They're so much better in person, you guys. You'll get to see them on the display boards. And then your envelopes have the top too. This one is just using that circle punch, and you just stamp on one sheet of cardstock and put the circle behind the negative space. Really, really simple. Just white on white with a little background, and then you're reading. And this one. How many of you are an avid crafter? Yeah, I know my audience. Okay, I'm going to need my stamp apparatus, but before I do, okay, I'm sorry, I got you all excited. I'm so sorry, that was so mean. This is more of a beginner card, if you don't look at the framework piece. That's card number 1. This is card number 2. Okay. And the third card. So the way that I've divided this up for the class is I have 5 different stations. Okay, I have a few stamping stations, and then I have a die cut station, and I have an assembly station. Now I'm doing the hinge step for that first pink card. One of the things I love about the grid paper is that you can give instructions to your class attendees, to your customers, and tell them where to line things up so that they can be successful. So this particular one is going to line up like this, and I'm going to use petal pink and ink it up. Down, 1, and I'm going to ink it up again and do the hinge step. So go down again. Okay, so that's the first part of the card. All the stamping that needs to be done in that first station for that particular card. But don't forget the inside sentiment, and that's lined up down here at the bottom. I wasn't going to do all the stamping, and then I thought, you have to see how easy it is. 1 ink color, 1 stamp, super easy in my second station. Stamp it once, and then you're going to color it in. They say coloring is therapeutic, but not in front of 6,000 people. Okay. All right, here we go. So I've got my silicone mat right here, and I'm going to stamp right on my silicone mat. This is how your mirror image works, okay? And then you'll lay this down. I have my mirror image flower, so it looks like a bouquet.
Hi everyone, I'm Kelly Jackson. I worked for Stampin' Up for 9 years in the events department. With my day job, you can find me planning on stage or an incentive trip. I'm the one in black, wearing the walkie-talkie, usually looking very professional. That's right. However, you can't work at Stampin' Up and not fall in love with the product. Last November, about this time, I was working at OnStage Live, and then a week later, I got married. That's right, on stage, then a wedding. Yes, I am that crazy. But we blended our families, and now I have enough redheads to go around. My husband, he works in the military, and I decided to share Stampin' Up with his soldiers. Needless to say, those Valentine's Day cards went a long way with their love. Now, the soldiers, they want to do a Mother's Day card. And I knew the Lasting Lily photopolymer stamp set would be the perfect one to use with this group. Okay, here it is. When I opened it up, there are 2 sheets of stamp sets in here. And this looks great in any monochromatic combination. So it's 1 ink and 1 paper, and that will be really simple for your beginning customers to order. It's time to be honest with you. Not everyone that works at Stampin' Up knows how to stamp. Shocking! I know. So another great thing about this stamp set is that it's a builder stamp set, so I was able to stamp in 2 different colors. So I'll cut that out, and then what you get is these 2 cute pieces. And so I'm just going to take my sponge brayer and add my background. And you can do this as heavy or as light as you want. And then you're going to add a little adhesive and a little trim. And isn't that cute? And then your sentiment and your lemon thread. So I have stamped and fussy cut out the lilies. because when you're avid, you fussy cut, right? And then this helps that when you get it wet, it'll prevent it from curling. And just use some extra washi tape you have laying around. Tip number 2 is to lay down a layer of water on your paper and really get it soaked. The more water on there, the better. And then actually take the ink from your re-inker and then just watch it go down the page like that. And you can make it as dark. You want kind of an ombre effect, so however you want to pull that down. And of course, with the power of editing, it's dry. This is what you're gonna get, okay? And you know what, you guys? I did it. I made my first card. That was an avid card. Enjoy the rest of your onstage. Thank you.
If you've advanced the title of Bronze Elite, please stand now so we can recognize you. Please come down the stage and don't forget to say thank you and wave. Come on out, ladies.
Ich hab dich doch gefilmt, Mensch.
Desiree Spence. Dorta Keisley. Kelly Atchison and Wendy Cranford. Globally, 8 demonstrators have reached this title, and 7 of the 8 are here with us today. They are thanks everyone for your incredibly hard work. Aren't they inspiring?
Das ist wirklich schlimm. Mal klar damit.
Hi everybody, I'm Jenna Lee Pauls. I'm from the beautiful west coast of British Columbia in Canada. I just celebrated my 10th anniversary with Stampin Up, and November is my birthday month, so I thought that the birthday statements stamp set was a very appropriate choice for me. And I love stamping things in smoky slate, and then you can add any color you want to it, right? And then I'm gonna layer it with some colors and add a little bit of twine, and here is my finished product. This is my spectrum pad, so I've already put it together, but you know to separate it when you store it so that the colors don't bleed. So put it back together, and then we're gonna ink up the Hooray stamp. And I like to go up and down just so you can kind of blend the lines, especially where the yellow meets the green. Awesome. 5 colors, 1 shot. Love it. So here's the project I made. Here's my card. And then I just have some blends here, and I like to just color some of those flowers. So I like to go dark to light. The card I've made there. I have heat embossed the birthday image on watercolor paper, and I'm going to take my aqua painter and just do a watercolor wash and add some brusho. Do you guys like brusho? I love this stuff. I was so excited when we came out with it. So I've added a tassel with some sequins and twine and metallic thread and some rhinestones. Nicole! Hey! How are you? Good. I haven't seen you since Jenny's birthday party.
I know, it's been a while. I've been following you online. All your cards are really cute.
Thanks.
Yeah, that birthday card, I really love. Kangaroo.
I love that little kangaroo. Yeah, it was good to see you. It's been lots of time.
Okay, so what if I were to give you an opportunity and go back in time and rewrite the ending of that interaction? Would you do anything different? Hopefully it involves McCall ordering the Animal Outing stamp set, right? Yes.
Love your Stampin' Scoop, ladies. Thank you. Thank you. Really good, yeah.
Und hat funktioniert?
Oh, yay!
Good morning, everybody. I am so excited to be here today to share with you the Forever Lovely Suite. I'm going to share with you a couple of tips. These are the 2 cards that I'm going to be using to market my class to my avid customers. And I'm going to stamp my flowers in one color and my leaves in another. And we can stop, but why would we? Because guess what we have? We have an edgelet die, and we're going to use that edgelet die to get this look right here. So I wanted to make it dimensional and shimmery. So to do that, I took a stamping spritzer, filled it with about 4 or 5 drops of the champagne shimmer paint and some alcohol. I've got my images here. I'm going to give it a little bit of a spritz. Don't have a heart attack. I'm going to crumple it up. Then you're going to open them up and you're going to get all that dimension. For the beginner crafter, I stayed true to stamps, ink, and paper. Then, to step things up a bit for the casual crafter, I added additional colors, a few layers, and a couple of beautiful embellishments from the suite. My customers love these things.
But anyway, here I am. For those of you that don't know, my everyday job, Monday through Friday, September through June, I am an 8th grade algebra teacher. I know I usually get one of 2 things, bless you, or are you out of your mind? Very, very simple. Remember, these are people that have no experience. I took a memory and more card. I used a little bit of snail adhesive, I adhered it to the card, and voila, in about 5 seconds, I have created my first card. For my second beginner card, I took a small memory and more card. The self-adhesive die cuts, I used the embossing buddy, and I tapped the back of the adhesive die cuts, and I removed the sticky and used some dimensionals to just pop up one of the greetings. I put the card on the trimmer and I trimmed around the greeting and popped it up on the card, added a piece of ribbon, added a couple of the adhesive die cuts on the bottom with dimensionals, and my casual crafter is happy because they can create quickly but have a little bit more of that pop. The casual crafter for this one, what I did was I took some of the Call Me Clover from the cardstock pack. I added one of the memory and more cards to the back. I had to trim it, of course. One of the adhesive die cuts, another memory and more card, and then I used the stamp set and stamped right on top of the note card. Popped that up, added a piece of ribbon there as well. So I played with the embossing folder and created, using the designer series paper, this particular pattern right here, just a little strip, and I used the punch pack because it is perfect for cutting out those little small flowers. And so my material inside my shaker card is actually the flowers that I cut out. So I just pulled out another little note card, took that square that I cut out, a couple of the pieces of the die cuts, and just a very quick little note card. In a little while, you're going to be doing the make and takes, and this is the make and take that you're going to be doing today. So I hope you have all enjoyed what I had to share with you, and just want to encourage you to share, share, share.
For those affected by the fires and the shooting in California, I ask that you bring them peace and comfort through this difficult time. Please bless this food that we are about to eat and the hands that have prepared it, and may it bring us strength to go through our day. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Wir sammeln uns gerade für ein Gruppenfoto von all denen, die aus Europa hier rübergekommen sind in die USA zu OnStage. Deswegen sind hier die ganzen Flaggen. Ja. Ich glaube, das kann sich noch ein bisschen hinziehen, bis sich da alle so hingestellt haben, dass wir ein Foto machen können. habe aber trotzdem nicht, dass ich so was Riesiges essen will. Pumpkin Spice Pancakes. Wir sind jetzt zu den Premium Outlets gefahren. Hier in Orlando, wo ganz viele namhafte Shops ihre Outlets haben. Ich bin richtig fertig, meine Stimme ist fast weg. Ich weiß gar nicht, ob ihr mich überhaupt hören könnt. Nach Shoppen war mir so überhaupt nicht. Ich bin eh nicht der Typ, der gerne shoppen geht, Klamotten oder so. Wir gehen gerade hoch zum Kino. Setzen uns jetzt einfach ein bisschen in den Film, bevor der Robert mich dann wieder zur Stampin Up rüberfährt. Wir schauen uns The Nutcracker an.
Here, quick! Come on, let's go!
Oh, da liegt es aber echt. Deswegen hat er nach vorne so viel Platz. Oh, schau mal, da kommt ein Disco-Zug, wie man hören kann. Geht's mir nicht ganz so gut. Ich hoffe, ich halte diese 2 Stunden Stand-Up jetzt noch aus. Ich weiß nicht genau, was da gemacht wird. Ich will erst mal gucken, dass ich die andere Jana wieder finde. Jetzt zeige ich euch mal krass, was das hier für ein gewesen ist. Ich habe keine Ahnung, was uns erwartet. Der Mann, der dort steht, ist ein Mitarbeiter von Stampin Up selber. Ein Demonstrator, der war auch schon auf der Bühne. Was wir hier drüben sehen, ist ein Kartenswap und 2 organisierte. Man sieht am Boden die Gruppen liegen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Und ich weiß nicht, wie das funktioniert, aber die sammeln sich da jetzt alle. Sie haben ein Schild, da steht Laura's Fancy Folks Cards. Ja. So was haben wir schon mal gesehen. Allerdings mit 3D-Swaps. Und die machen es dann auch hier untereinander. Das sind eben so organisierte Swaps. Auf einmal drängen sich alle, vielleicht werden gerade die Türen aufgemacht. So, jetzt muss ich versuchen, schnell zu sein. Den langsam abgewürzt.
I have something you're going to love just as much.
Cards I sent to my mother before she passed away was a Mother's Day card. I had worked really hard on it and I sent it in the mail, and I came up a few days later and she had it on her mantle, just showing it off as proud as any mother would. at her funeral, some of her friends had came up and told me, "Oh my God, the card you made your mom for Mother's Day, she loved it so much." They just gushed over how much she talked about it. That was a very special moment for me, knowing that she loved it enough and shared it with everyone that she came in contact with.
I love his story and how much his card meant to his mother. Are you ready to dive into stamping? Okay. Well, how about we start tonight with our Demonstrator Development Manager, Dale Hampshire.
You're in Orlando. What are you doing Friday night? So I gotta explain, Carla is the type that goes to all the scary rides. And I'm happy to go with her and just wait outside till she's done. I said to her, I'm not doing much. Just gonna gather with a few close friends, do a little stamping. I didn't tell her there's 6,000 of them. When I'm done, I'm not sure how the group hug's gonna work. Oh my goodness, you're up there. My presentation is called Sharing Artistic Expression. I do have a few jokes, but I'll save them till later, okay? So to me, it's all about color. So what I'm doing tonight is I've got 3 projects, and each of them teaches 3 different coloring techniques. I want to start with brush O. This is Prussian blue. Look at that. Abstract, beautiful. This is moss green. This is a combination. This is yellow and gambur, or what I call orange. Very fine powder. But let me tell you how you control that, okay? See this pin in the top? You just take this pin, push it in to make a hole, and then when you're done with it, that stops the top, stops the powder from coming out. First thing we do is we spritz to make the watercolor paper wet. I like to put lots of water on there, and then the yellow, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, maybe a lot of pepper. Okay, then you take your heat tool and you dry that. It takes a little while. Oh, here it is. Honestly, I just tried it. Okay, so that's what it looks like. Now, what would happen if you put the brush on and then you wet the paper? It's beautiful for coloring. I take one of these framelits from the Hummingbird framelits, take any old piece of cardstock, run it through the Big Shot, and it comes out with this pattern. Tape it down.
Yep.
Spritz, and now we're using red. Just a little bit. I'll give you lots of it. And take that off. Okay, too much water. You can use that mask once or twice, move it around where you want it, and then that's how you get that cross pattern on the back, and that's the final card again. Right? So I have one more thing to show you before I go to my next project. This sample. This is what I call polar bear walking in the snow. So yes, that's right. The polar bear has 2 black eyes and a black nose, right? And we're not seeing it. Well, she's walking away from us. But you know, the nicest, the cutest part about this project is her 2 cubs playing with those white ping pong balls. See that? Isn't that cool? I've been with Stampin' Up for 16 years, and I've never been up here before to present, right? And I've always wanted to. And the reason is because I get to go like this. So you've got variety, you've got this color, and here's my card. I want to talk for a minute about this sparkle glimmer paper. In fact, the new glimmer paper, new in the new catalog. It's thinner paper, so it's easier to cut, easier to punch, easier to Big Shot. And the other thing I like about this is the glimmer won't come off. You could use this as sandpaper and the glitter will not come off. You don't think so? Let me just show you. Let me just show you how that works. Didn't come off. Now look at how sweet that is. My next project uses Stampin' Blends, and I'll be using Daffodil Delight, and I'll be using Balmy Blue. How you can tell if there's Australians in the room. You gotta do a roll call. I say, Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. That's very good, but it's about 1/10 of how loud it needs to be. Let's try it again. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Okay, let's do it for real now. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Several years ago, my right hand started to shake. And you might have seen it as I'm going along. It gets weak in the wrist, and it starts to shake. You see that? See that, how that goes? So when I have to do fine work, my hand will jump all over. It's called intentional tremor. Not because I am intentional in the shake, but because when I'm intently doing something, my hand will jump all over the place. So I knew that when I would shake, I would have a problem staying inside the line. She had an idea, and she explained it to me, and I've been working on it, and I want to explain it to you because you may have customers that have intentional tremor or hand shake, or they might be new beginners, right? And they're not sure about that shading, but I still want to use the blend. I'll take the blend, and I like to brush. Now what I do, I don't hold it like that, like a pen grip. I call it a hammer, okay? And then I just sweep. I don't worry about staying in the lines, and then I'll like sweep up like this, and do a lot of variety, right? You're just sweeping, don't worry about staying in the lines. And then I take the dart to produce a lot of them, and then choose the one that you think, right? And if I put it in both hands, I can just a little touch up, right? And even if you had to sweep with two hands, right, you could do that. And then what you do is you take the framelit, put it through the big shot, and you cut out the one that you think is the best. As the image gets smaller, my hand jumps, right? And so I'm just brushing. This is the one that Melody made, and you can see that beautiful shading. This is the one that I made.
I am a demonstrator from Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. I have been a demonstrator for about 3 years. I have colored him in with the Granny Apple Green blend, as well as the Poppy Parade. A really versatile product because not only do they come clear, you're able to customize them to any colors in our standard blends. You can just quickly color over them to create a custom color. Cute, right? He's super generous with my water. Probably can't see that too much, but really cute wash. And I will show you the completed card. Yeah. And then I'm going to take this stamp of the frog with the little glasses. Guys, cute. Like that. Cute, right? And after that, I'm going to color that in. I will be mindful of the placement, okay? I'm going to blush up here. Okay. Aside from that, we're going to do something to this little froggy here, which might make it worse now that I think about it. Because I'm going to turn her into a lady. Oh my gosh.
Cameraman's not shaking.
And you're just going to add some lashes. Right? I'm not done yet. You're going to add some lips too. Just like that.
Der Brüller.
And that's it, so thank you so much.
Stampin Up Research and Development Department, we are working tirelessly to innovate and create products that help you love what you do and share what you love. We're researching new ideas, proving concepts, building prototypes, testing formulas, and experimenting, all while trying to find ways to improve your stamping experience.
This new piece is amazing. Evan, you gotta check this out.
Wow, that really cleans.
But I like having a stash of cards ready to go, and so products that coordinate together makes that a lot more easy for me. The paper is really bright and colorful. There's on the front, there's a lot of larger images, and then on the back are some more monochromatic pages. There's smaller patterns, so they're really good for layers and backgrounds. This sheet does coordinate back to the dies. Here are the 3 jars you can cut out of the designer series paper. And then these are some of those other larger images in the paper that I've just cut out myself. And the designers are so smart, they've left a white border around it so that when you do cut it out, it's gonna have the same look as the jars that you use with the framelit, so everything will have a nice and cohesive look on your project. And you get 3 different designs. You can layer in that frame shape in the framelit. This is the 1.5-inch circle punch, and then this one works with our darling label punch. So I'm gonna just stamp the outline of the frame in Granny Apple Green, and then the sentiment in Gorgeous Grape. And that's all the stamping for this card. So it's really simple stamping. This would be great for a beginner. And then when you dress it up with a little designer series paper and embellishments, you have a really cute birthday card. These are darling. You get 10 in a pack, and it's fun to add color to them. You can do a belly band with paper and use our layering circles to add some color on top. My mother-in-law, she will go through the effort of wrapping presents, but she ruins them by writing who they're to and from in a black Sharpie marker, and it drives me crazy. So she might not appreciate this as much as her birthday cards, but I'll feel better about it, and maybe one day she'll be able to stamp with me. So they fit perfectly in the container, and I've used the Itty Bitty Birthday stamp set. Happy birthday, so exciting, happy day, happy belated birthday, let's celebrate you. And I used a lot of the images in the designer series paper that you could just cut out, so these actually came together really quickly. This jar, you stamp first in the corner, I'm just flipping it around, and you're gonna stamp here. And it fills that jar pretty perfectly. And then I'm just gonna take a blender pen and add some color. And again, I've just dressed it up with some other embellishments from the annual catalog. Which is a little scary, but all we're gonna do is flip it over and you'll just trim down the edges with your snips. This is the finished card. So something else about birthdays, which is maybe one of the funnest parts, are surprises. And I think it's time for a prize patrol surprise. I think that everyone should receive.
That's the type of stamp prize.
Next up, we have demonstrator Pam Staples. She went scuba diving at Epcot. Did you know you could do that?
Well, let me start. It's been an eventful couple of months leading up to OnStage. Little crooked. Oops. Oh well. You know what? It's okay to make little boo-boos. And then I've got the dotted line and then the happy birthday right below that. So we have these new adhesive back sequins for the game gala. And we're gonna take some rhinestones. So I like to just then blend up. I'm doing a flame with the mango melody. My customers tease me that I'm the dimensional queen. Here, I'm going to just show you the card so you can see it right away. So this is what I've done. I used Blush and Bride with the powder pink and then Great Granite. This is one of my favorites. It's Bermuda Bay and Coastal Cabana with a little bit of lemon lime twist. Grapefruit Rove with Calypso Coral and Poppy Parade and a little bit of Melon Mambo in there somewhere. Oh, I know it's the background here. And then finally another one here, I really love the way this one turned out, is Crushed Curry with Mango Melody and Daffodil Delight. Let me just say, according to my son, it's now time for me to take my final bite.
I'm pleased to introduce our last stamping presenter of the night. And I was talking with her a little bit backstage, and she told me that she is mom to 3 boys and has a very supportive husband. You're going to hear a little bit more about that during her presentation. Be prepared to laugh.
Prior to being up here, I was a first grade teacher for 10 years and then taught music and movement to babies and toddlers and preschoolers, where I was brought into the fold by Julie Davison because I was her music teacher, and then she brought me into stamping. Now this morning I got a text from my supportive husband. And I really felt that this should be shared with all of you who may have this on. So he's not here right now, and I don't know whether he got the target cleaned. I don't care. I did put a little Easter greeting on this and added a little flower with a little bunny. And on the back, I've got a 2 and a front. But here's a picture of the bunny, just colored lightly with the pencils. A little bit darker with the pencils. The next one is done using the blender pens. And it doesn't look all that different, but if you're looking at it up here and as where Tom can see, it's just a very soft kind of way to blend those colors. So introducing the blender pens to a new stamper might be a great upsell. And then the last one is using the watercolor pen. When you're working with children, you can show them how to do it, or adults, you can show them how to do it, but they might come up with their own version. The next project with the Fabled Friends is my grandmother goose. Start with a regular card base and cut it with your trimmer at 1.5. Then you cut the piece that you have left down to 1.25 and laying your acetate window sheet on the inside using glue dots, and then you can cover those with paper so that you can't see those. My simple beginning stamping project is a note card. They have events and parties, and I wanted to create, using the skinny note card, a table place card. This is a half swing fold card where the bottom will open up.
Like, I understand, ladies, that we are strong in number, but we do have men that are part of Stampin' Up with us, okay? We love them. And we need to respect their privacy as well. So please, please, do not use the men's restroom if it has not been changed over for the women to use, okay? Like legit. I'm not kidding. Can you promise me that? Okay, thank you. Well, it's been an awesome night, but it's late, and we have to wrap it up. So we'll see you back here tomorrow morning. Main stage doors open at 8:30. I expect energy like we had tonight. We'll start at 9. Have a good night, everybody. See ya.